Good day journal. Rise and shine, farmer. It's time to go to work. Wake up. The farm is not going to farm itself. The harvest only comes after work. You will never have a harvest before work. The only time harvest comes before work is in the dictionary. But living in reality is your life. You don't live your life in a dictionary. Rise and shine, farmer. Wake up. It's time to work. Such is how you got to the top of the world as a serial, best-selling, award-winning author and renowned global public intellectual. You had to wake up, stay awake, and work like a farmer. That's the only way to remain here, enjoying your best life and being your best self. Absent, rising and shining and working as the farmer the Creator designed you to be, you cannot remain in excellent health, maintain abundant wealth, or share timeless wisdom. You must rise and shine. You must wake up and farm if you're still serious about harvesting again. You could say, "Get up, man. It's time to make the donuts." Like that old Dunkin' Donuts commercial. You could fashion yourself as Fred the baker, who makes the donuts in the early morning hours before the store opens. But donuts, while tasty, are not suitable for your waistline. And we all know how you feel about your boyish good looks. Everyone who knows you knows that you believe being ooey gooey trumps the caloric yet tastiness of a donut. Being Chocodonus, not the Pillsbury Doughboy, remains your health and fitness goal. You can make the donuts on occasion, but not often. If you do, make sure yours are vegan. Either way, whether you make donuts or farm, you must rise and shine while others sleep and slumber. But I digress. Or should I say, you digress. Today and every day, the Spirit gives you new days to farm. Every day is a day to work in the fields. There's no farmer's holiday. Your life won't appear as a feature story on farmersonly.com. You farm today because not doing so will lead to no future harvest. You farm today because you understand that having crops today does not guarantee you will have crops tomorrow. No farmer successfully runs a farm that thinks about what is before them without focusing long and hard on what is yet to come. Thus, farming is, in many ways, counterintuitive to the ideal that you should focus on the present rather than concern yourself about tomorrow. It's verifiably true that actual farming differs in that way. As a farmer, you must think about tomorrow. For if you do not, you will not have the resolve and energy to do the work necessary to prepare for a future harvest. Farmers work in the present while being equally concerned about the future. Today you farm for the future. You're not farming for yesterday or even the present. You cannot cultivate plants or plans for the life you always imagine overnight. Nothing grows that fast. You farm today to an uncertain future. You farm today so that the future won't be unclear. You farm today as you've always done because you want to be better than yesterday. You want a life best described as a bountiful harvest. It's known to you as the farmer's way for a reason. You get up each day and metaphorically do as a farmer does. You plow the land, which is your imagination. You plant the seed, which is your heart. You pull the weeds that exist in your mind. You fertilize the plants, which is your soul. You irrigate the land, which is your hope for a brighter day. You seek the righteous light for your dreams for an extraordinary tomorrow. And then when the day is over and you've done all you can do, you rest so that you can, if the Spirit permits, rise and shine the next day and do it all over again. You plow, plant, weed, fertilize, irrigate, and let your light shine day in and day out. Day after day you put in the work. Day after day you do your one job without knowing when the harvest might appear. You can calculate based on experience, like the old farmer's almanac, when you might have the harvest. But there is nothing inevitable about farming. Exceptions to the rule are part of farming. Sometimes things in life don't turn out the way you intended. I believe Robert Burns' famous quote, "The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry," applies to farming. You can lay the best plans, certainly the best plans to your human ability, and still, there's no guarantee things will turn out exactly right. Man plans and God laughs. In the journey known as life, you walk the fields like a farmer. You vigilantly check to see if rodents, known as haters, naysayers, and doubters, unknowingly eat your crops and sabotage your hopes and dreams. You pray to the heavens that they do not open too wide and drown your crops with rain. You look to the sun for the right amount of sunshine, not too much, not too little, but the amount Goldilocks would say is just right. The amount of celestial light that allows your plants and desired plans to grow as you hope. It's a delicate balance of science and prayer. Farming is a combination of doing everything you can do, everything in your power, and then leaving the rest to the source. If there ever was a time when the line from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, The Legend Beautiful, "Do thy duty that is best, leave unto the Lord the rest," was appropriate, it was farming. Yes, we are all farmers, whether we know it or not. And we should all be farm owners, whether we recognize it or not. A farmer you are now. A farmer you will always be. If you're going to farm, you might as well own the farm. If you don't own the farm, you're setting your life up to be what your ancestors were for nearly 400 years. Enslaved people, indentured servants, sharecroppers, and modern-day employees. You don't want to suffer under an oppressive slave system again, do you? It is not your desire to be indebted to another, depend on anyone else for your provisions. It's not a goal of yours to produce and then be obligated to share what you grow with a feudal overlord. You aren't planning on ever again having another set of your work hours and schedule or deciding how much your time is worth, are you? If you want more out of your life, which I highly suspect you do, then you will rise and shine, farmer. You will wake up and get going now, because the harvest never comes before work.
Reflect and write. You heard Nate loud and clear today. The only time harvest comes before work is in the dictionary. So, if you plan to reap the harvest that is your best life, you better get to work. What is the work you must do to live the life you always imagined? Have you ever spent time dreaming and imagining what your best life could entail? Or are you stuck in a place of just accepting that this is as good as it gets? If you were able to hear today's audio cast, that means the Spirit gifted you with a new opportunity to farm. What will you do with this gift? Now act. Farming is a combination of doing all that you can do, everything in your power, and then leaving unto the source the rest. If you are new to the audio cast and have never spent time imagining your best life, that's your first step today. Dream. Dream big. Look at every facet of your life and how you want to be if there were no limits. If you are regular to the audio cast, Today is the day to examine your farming practices. Nate shared, you plow the land, which is your imagination. You plant the seed, which is your heart. You pull the weeds that exist in your mind. You fertilize the plants, which is your soul. You irrigate the land, which is your hope for a brighter day. You seek the righteous light for your dreams for the extraordinary tomorrow. Consider your plowing, planting, weeding, fertilizing, irrigating, and seeking. Are you consistent or are you haphazard? What needs to change if you will reap the harvest? Commit to 2 new actions you will begin today to get you to where you desire to be. Now journey forward.